Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 4 of Disney Villain Scar. Now, pretty much we're up to the final issue of the Disney Villain Scar series, which is meant to cover Scar's rise to power and how he would gain the hyenas as his own personal force. Now, yeah, like I said, I've been using my new camcorder at my place. My Kindle's recording's got a little busted, so I'm using the Kindle mostly at my dad's house. So we'll try to use this one a little bit more with some of my comic reviews. So pretty much the cover mainly has the hyenas now at Prilock, foreshadowing the later part of the movie. And the story mainly starts off with Rafiki using a special kind of spell to kind of link himself into Scar's dream. And here, we kind of see Rafiki saying, "King Scar, the meerkats of the north request an audience. Go on with it."
Your Majesty, we meerkats have been safe in the Pride Lands. But the hyenas, they attack us without constance.
And we kind of see how, Zazu even asked the question, what would Mufasa do? And we see him saying, "He's not here, I am." But of course, we kind of see how Rafiki tries to get Scar to see sense, and that his subjects are suffering. And we see him saying, "I can't solve every pathetic creature's problems."
You created a problem when you let the hyenas in. Mufasa kept us safe, and you?
And we see how he tries to strike the other meerkat, until we kind of see how Rafiki links himself to the dream one final time, hoping to save Scar. And we kind of see how, Rafiki shows him that what can happen if he's not too careful. And shows him that if he keeps on the wrong path, this is what's going to happen. And it also makes sense that Rafiki tried to give Scar one last chance and thought he could save him, despite the fact that Scar was just a lost cause that wasn't going to be helped. And we see how Shanzi tries to wake up Scar, and we kind of see how, she knows that if basically Zazu or Mufasa sees her with Scar, she'll be dead. But of course, they point out that Zazu's going to be part of the plan. And we see how Zazu gets reports from the other birds, and I think it's kind of implied that, when the Gopher try to warn Zazu about trouble from the underground, this hints that Zazu was keeping up with other reports and was probably told to kind of help find out other problems that were coming into the woodwork. So we kind of see how Zazu keeps tabs on what's going on, and we see how, Banshee and Ed try to go for Zazu, but they have to make it look convincing. So of course we see him saying, "Let's just say you got friends in high places." And we kind of see how, Zazu tries to flee. But we kind of see how Ed knocks him down. And of course, Ed tries to go for Zazu. And I think it's implied that, Zazu probably didn't recognize them. Probably due to noticing that all the hyenas do look the same. And probably couldn't really keep track of who they were. And again, when you're afraid, or when something happens fast, you are going to forget who the person looked like. So of course, we see Banshee saying, "You almost ruined everything!" But of course, they know they're going to get the good stuff. And this is where, we kind of see how Zazu gets the other two birds to kind of sound all alarms. And this is where it's going to set the motion for the next half of the film version of Lion King. And Zazu saying, "Sire, hyenas in the Pride Lands." And of course, we kind of see how, Scar has brought the whole buffalo herd into the sort of elephant graveyard. And we kind of see how Queen Shaw is quite pleased. And this is where Scar turns on her, and we kind of see her downfall. And even Scar saying, "Shanzi and I have been thinking. I think it's time you step down from the throne." And we kind of see how, yeah, Scar in that is going to be the sort of new leader. And we see Saul with what remains of her followers saying that they're going to handle this problem on their own and start off their massive war. But of course, Scar points out that the two vultures that left him were recruiting the other vultures, and this is where Scar's gained himself a larger army. So of course, take down the Hyena Queen and her followers, and leaving the hyenas in that to take down the remaining followers. And this is where Scar is going to make the false promises to the vultures that they'll get their fill. And this kind of implied that, yeah, some point after the year gap, Scar either betrayed them or they kind of left after sort of getting their bellies filled. So, of course, we see now that Scar has his army and his followers, and this is where Scar knows Prydelock will be his, setting the events of the film The Lion King in motion. So I kind of think, yeah, issue 4 is not great, but it's definitely good. It shows you that, yeah, Rafiki tried to help Scar, and it showed that when the hyenas came in, Rafiki did feel responsible. We did see how Scar was a terrible leader, and not really the best person to have around to sort of lead the lions or the hyenas. And you can tell the hyenas realised that Scar only used them to get what he wanted. So I think this issue still deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. And the Disney Villain Scar series is something that I think needed to happen. It showed you that, yeah, Scar was basically a terrible hunter. It was clear that Rafiki wanted to help him, but it was just too far late to get him actual help. So I think the series does deserve a thumbs up. It's good, enjoyable, and feels refreshing from most of what I think Disney tried to bring. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.